work with now is based around the hips, so working with hip mobility. Sometimes, you know, people kind of talk about hip opening sequences or hip opening exercises, but I prefer the word mobility. So obviously you work in a way that feels right for you, and when we come to work with our hips, it affects our lower back, it affects our knees and vice versa. So no part of our body works in isolation, and the whole idea behind yoga is that we start to bring a sense of wholeness and connection and not fragmenting. So just to work with our hips is a bit of a nonsense really, but so always having a sense of all of us as we work with one particular part. So coming onto our backs, and the soles of our feet are flat to the floor and the knees are bent, and just allowing the hands to rest onto the body, and just being aware of our breath as it comes in, our breath as it leaves. So just kind of settling into it, and bring the inside edge of the feet together and the inside edge of the knees, and then just press the knees together. So you just create a bit of tension, pressing the knees, and you can feel that pressing through the inner thighs as well. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let go of all that tension that you've created in your hips and your knees and your thighs. And then just allow the knees to drop out, so the right knee drops to the right, left knee drops to the left. And the soles of the feet might come together, or they might not. Just kind of, your knees just go to where they go. And you can place your hands on the inner thighs if they reach. You're not pushing, but just that sense of connection, just to encourage the knees to open or to go a little bit wider. Encourage the opening on the inner thighs. And then just bring the knees back up, and we're just going to do that one more time. We're going to press the knees together, press the ankles together. Feel that kind of tightening through the thighs and the inner thighs. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let go of all those muscles, and just let the knees drop out. Now we let go of the muscles, because relaxed muscles, we get more mobility with relaxed muscles. Relaxed muscles encourage blood flow. If you have more increased blood flow, then we get more movement through the joints. So we're not trying to tense up. So if you place your hands onto your belly, or whatever's comfortable for you, feel your breath. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, you let go of the breath. Can you let go of the thighs a little bit more? Can you let go of the knees? Let go of the knees. And just noticing how your lower back feels as well, because it's not just about your hips or your knees, or it's about the whole of your body. How do your shoulders feel? Make sure you're not tightening up the shoulders. You haven't tightened up your jaw. And then when you're ready, just bring the knees back up, and this time we're going to place the right knee on top of the left knee. Now if your knees don't like this, you don't have to cross the knees. If it's okay, right knee goes on top of the left. Lift up, not lift up, let the hands rest on the base of the ribs. Now lift up the right shoulder, and from the right shoulder send the knees over towards the left. So you come all the way over onto your left. Circle the right shoulder around a little bit, and now take the right arm up. Take the right arm up. Circle the right shoulder. And now reach the arm up so you could touch the ceiling above you. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, soften the arm, soften the arm. The weight of the arm rests into the shoulder. Bend the right elbow. Can you bring the right elbow down behind you without lifting the knees? If the knees lift, that's fine, it's fine. But can you allow the knees to stay just as they are? And then come back. There's a big twist through the central part of the spine and opening through the outer hip. So uncross the knee. So now we're going to, again, press the knees together so that the ankles are together, knees together. Press the knees together, breathe in. And as you breathe out, let go, and just let the knees open. So you have that sense of opening through the inner thighs, just letting the knees open. Spend a few moments there breathing, allowing the belly to soften, allowing the hips to open, that length on the inner thighs. Then bring the knees back up. Then if it's possible, place the left knee on top of the right knee. So if you don't like that, obviously you don't cross the knees. So the hands can rest on the base of the ribs. Lift up the left shoulder, circle the left shoulder around a little bit. And now lifting the left shoulder. From the left shoulder, let the knees go over towards the right. Let the knees go to the right, and take the left arm up. Take the left arm up. Reach up, so that peels the shoulder off the floor. Reach up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, let the weight of the arm sink into the shoulder, so the shoulder can rest down. And can you bring the left elbow down on the floor behind you? Your knees don't have to be all the way on the floor, it doesn't matter. If your knees lift, that's fine as well, okay? Just notice, it's more about noticing what your body does. You're not trying to force yourself into a shape, you're trying to feel What is it possible to do? If you can take the left arm wide, you can take the left arm wide. If you don't like it, you can keep the left hand resting on the base of the ribs. So it's about what your body can do. And you're opening, you're lengthening all the muscles in the lower back. And your head can turn to look over the left shoulder. And then just roll back. I'll cross, draw both knees in towards you. So now you're lengthening the lower back muscles and just rock from side to side. So now you're massaging the muscles in the lower back, so, or around the whole of the back of the spine, really. So always having that sense, that knowledge of what you're doing as you move. So it makes us more attentive, it gives us more of a focus about how we can improve our health, improve our movements. And then when you're ready, just come back to centre, just settle there for a few moments, before when you're ready, take the hands underneath the right knee and just lengthen the left leg along the floor. So you've got the movement down through the left heel, or feeling down through the left heel, as you just now allow the right foot to rest on top of the left thigh. Place the left hand on top of the right knee, and the right hand can rest on the base of the ribs. Now lift the right shoulder up and down a few times, circle the right shoulder, then let the right shoulder rest as you just allow the right knee to go over towards the left. But the right shoulder connects to the floor, that sense of grounding, connection, down through the right shoulder to send the right knee away. The right hip will lift, but the right shoulder stays down. Turn your head if possible to look over the right shoulder. The left hand that's just resting on that right knee just allows a sense of weight, I suppose, to encourage the knee to go a little bit further away from the right shoulder. Do you feel that twist or that lengthening through the lower back? And then when you're ready, just come back to where you started. And now you're just going to allow that right knee to drop out towards the right. So now you're lengthening, opening through the inner thigh again. And then we're going to just do that again. So we're going to lift up the right knee, and the right knee goes over towards the left, but the right shoulder stays down. The head can turn to look over the right shoulder, but the right shoulder and the right elbow encourages the right shoulder to stay down as the right knee goes towards the left. And then come back, make sure you're breathing, and now the right knee goes out to the left. Sorry, right knee goes out to the right, so you're going in the opposite direction along the inner thigh. And then bring the knee up and draw the knee in towards you. Hands go underneath the knee, ease the knee down. And then let go. Then we're going to lengthen the right leg along the floor, and we're going to draw the left knee in. Hands go underneath the knee, ease the knee down. And then we're going to let go. We're going to let the left sole of the foot rest on the right thigh. If that's impossible, obviously it goes a little bit lower or it's on the floor. Just kind of see what's the possibility for your body. And not just for your body in general, but for your body today, at this moment. So the right heel is connected into the floor, and the left shoulder rests down as you place the right hand on top of that left knee, and just encourage the left knee to go over towards the right. But the left shoulder stays down. The left hip will lift, the head can turn to look over the left shoulder, and you feel that twist in the centre part of the spine. And then come back, and then let the left knee drop out to the left. So now you're opening along the inner thigh again. Bring the knee back up, out towards the right, but the left shoulder stays down as the left hip lifts. The head can turn, the left arm can open, and you make sure you're breathing all the time as you just mobilise through the hip, through the outer parts of the hip, and through the lower back muscles and around the pelvis. And then bring the knee back up. Now let the left knee drop out to the left. As you're opening on the inner thigh. And then bring the knee back up. And then draw both knees in towards you. Hands rest lightly on the knees and rock from side to side. That just eases into the lower back. That's all that little movement's about. It's a really good movement. And then coming back to centre, just bring the big toes together and bring the knees together. Push the knees away, open the knees out wide, draw the knees in. Bring the knees together, push them away, take them out wide, draw them in. So just kind of working in circular movements, because our hip joints are circle, they're ball and socket joints, they're ball joints. So circles or rotations or these kind of movements really mobilise hips. And then just reverse it, so the knees go away together, draw the knees in, open them out, push them away. Just kind of reversing the circles. And noticing how that feels in your lower back. Make sure your jaw is soft and you haven't tightened up around your neck or around your shoulders. Just as you kind of work in this way. And you can slow it down or you can speed it up, but whatever you're doing, really know what you're doing. And then when you're ready, we just stop. We stop in the centre, and we allow the weight of the legs to rest down, and we can rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, we can come over onto our sides, and just come up to sit. Your head is the last part of you that lifts, because our head is heavy, and then we're going to come up to stand. So carefully coming up to stand. So we're up, the soles of the feet resting on the floor, and the feet at least sit width apart. So just having that sense of connection down through the ground. You know, sometimes we call it grounding, being grounded, stable, connected. And then we're just going to roll onto the outside edges of the feet. Then we're going to roll onto the inside edges, and just rolling from side to side. So just eventually we come to a place in the centre. So you've got the base, the big toes, the little toes and the heels. Focus your gaze, because we're going to go into a balance. So if we keep our gaze focused, we're more likely to keep the spine stable. So the centre of the spine is here. You kind of know that already. So when we lift up the right foot, we're trying to keep the centre of the spine just as it is. We're not trying to make a nuisance of the foot or the leg. The centre of the spine stays as it is. If we sink too much into the left, then the spine goes skew a little bit. So you want to feel as though the hips are coming together. You can feel the base of the left big toe, the little toe and the heel. And now we're just going to see if we can open the right knee and the right hip out to the right. And then just place the right heel just above the left ankle. Hands can rest on the centre of the spine, so you keep that sense of stability there. Focus your gaze and you make sure you're breathing. Relax your shoulders. Your hands can be out to the side if that's easy for you, or you can hold on if you need to, so it's fine. And then just see, is there a possibility of lifting the heel a little bit higher to below the left knee or above the left knee? Just kind of see where you are, focusing your gaze, being with your breath. Can you take, without taking the ribs with you, can you take the hands to rest on the top of your head? Make sure you're breathing and then come out. Well done. And then equalise the weight through the feet. So if you fall out of it, like I think I just did, if you fall out of it, it's okay. You just start again. So we're not trying to hold it, we're not trying to keep something, but really there's nothing to keep. We find something and then we just think, oh, and then we let it go. So focus your gaze, lift up the left heel. Try not to sink into the right foot. And if it's okay now, we open the left knee out, open the left hip. Try not to push or sink into the standing foot. We're trying to find strength and stability, not tightness or rigidity. So when you're ready, if it's possible, can you bring the left heel to just below the right knee? Is it possible to take it a little bit higher? And the hands can rest on the centre of the spine and the shoulders rest. It's a space underneath the armpits, so we're not closing ourselves in any way. We can take the arms out to the side if that helps us, or we can take the hands on the top of the head, or we can take the arms up a little bit. Just kind of see where they are, but the weight of the arms rest back towards the shoulders, rest back towards the centre of the spine. And then lower. Let's just go again. So equalise the weight through the feet, so always coming back to a place of quietness, a place of stability, a place of comfort. So you know that we're not moving from a place of where we're not comfortable. We're moving from a place where we feel stable, because we can always come back to that place and then start again. Focus in your gaze, make sure you're breathing. When you're ready, lift up the right heel. We open the knee, the hips are rested, spine is rested, shoulders are rested. And you can, if you like, you don't have to use your hands, you can bring the heel as high as it feels possible, or you can use your hands to place the heel. So there's a decision, there's a choice. I think through life it's anything up to 30,000 decisions the average person can make in a day. So it's just another choice, and you know, it's not a big deal. So you decide where your foot can go. If you need to hold on, you hold on. But the main thing is that you find your breath, you find the centre of your spine. You have that sense of connection through the knees, to the hips, to the centre, to the shoulders, to the top of the head, and the breath in between. And then you can open the arms up and out. And if you wobble, if you move, that's okay as well. I've got quite a low ceiling, which is quite nice. So if you can touch the ceiling, there's that whole sense that you can come up away from the floor and then back down towards the floor. So Werner Scaravelli always talked about this idea of the wave, that sense of ebbing and flow, and we can find that sometimes when we're in quite unstable positions, but then we can find stability, and then we connect back to our breath, and then we start again, and then we come out. So let's just do it one more time on the other side. So when we're ready, we equalise the weight through the feet, relax the shoulders, and there's that connection through the feet, that sense of grounded, stability, stable base. So when we lift up the left heel, can we still feel stable? Or have we lost it? So then we can go back, and can we find it again? Sense of stability as we lift up the left heel, as we open the left hip. But can we still feel that connection through the standing foot? Wide shoulders, rested centre of the spine. Then when we're ready, if we lift up the left heel, we can use the hand to place the foot, and it can be below the knee or above the knee or somewhere else that feels right for you. The standing foot connects us to the earth, that allows the spine to lengthen right through to the crown of the head. The arms, if the arms lift, we can allow the arms to rest back towards the centre of the spine, to rest back, to find the breath. There's that sense of resting down through the standing foot, but also that sense of coming up through the spine, right through to the top of the head. Below the level of the waist, we rest down, but above the level of the waist, can we feel as free and wide and open as possible? And can you feel your breath? And you can move, you know, if we're not stable, if you see trees, I mean, you can probably hear the wind outside, and the wind and the trees all rustling. So it's that whole sense, our bodies aren't meant to be static, so we do move. And if you come out of it, you just start again. It's absolutely fine. So when you're ready and we do come out, we have equal weight between the feet, resting through the shoulders, and a sense of stable base through the feet. Standing feet support you. The ground beneath allows you to rest. And then from here, allow the arms to settle, allow the chin to drop, allow the shoulders to round, the knees to soften, and you can just in a sense sway yourself down towards the floor. So keeping that sense of fluidity, that sense of ease. And coming back into child's pose if possible, folding yourself down into child's pose. Resting there for a few moments. And then just coming up onto your heels when you're ready. So just orientating yourself with care, transitioning carefully, and knowing where you are at any given time. So spending a few times if you want to sort of do a meditation or a breathing practice, or if you need to get on with the rest of your day, then that's another decision. It's a choice, and it's sometimes made for us, or sometimes we make it for ourselves. So whatever you're doing now for the rest of the day, have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon.